I became best friends with my father's killer. My father was the classic abusive alcoholic dickwad. I've hated him as far back as I can remember, and as I got older, I only hated him that much more. Mainly because as he got older, his ways of being abusive became more and more intricate and evil. He also started caring less about how far he was willing to go. When I was younger, he wouldn't hurt me so badly that I'd end up in hospital. But when I recently turned 18, all bets were off. He would hit me with a baseball bat, bust a few ribs, then yell at me as he drove me to the doctor. He stabbed me, beat me with hard objects, burnt me with cigarette butts, clothing irons, and even a fire poker. I've counted 17 scars all over my body, and that's not counting the fresher wounds that are yet to turn into scars. I work at a beauty supply store, and so far I've saved up over $11,000. I had just put a deposit on my own apartment, and I was a day away from moving out. Then Dad came home with the same bitter drunk glare in his eyes that he usually gets on a Saturday night after drinking with the guys after work. He's gotten older and can't fight with guys anymore, so he takes it all out on me, since I'm a girl, and I weigh 90 pounds soaking wet. I heard him come home and yell for me, but I knew better than to respond. I locked myself in my room and hid inside my closet. It was my safe space. He called out my name and said, "Get your ass down here." I stayed quiet. I knew what that meant. It meant that I would go down there and he would be aiming to try something sick and twisted on me, like a crazy game of who can slap who the hardest or let's have a slap fight with belts. He would set it up so it would seem like he just wanted to play a game at first. Then as soon as he would get hit, it would quickly turn very dark. After not responding to the second demand, I heard footsteps approaching up the creaky stairs. I grabbed onto my trusty police baton that my friend stole from his cop dad, so I'd have something to protect myself with. He bashed in my door, then kicked open my closet and said, "There you are, silly. Why are you hiding? It's my birthday. Come down and bake me a cake." He ripped the baton out of my hands, tossed it, and said, "You won't need that tonight." Daddy's feeling sweet and sentimental. He walked downstairs, and part of me knew he was up to something, but I thought, maybe if I just bake him a cake, he'll be happy and leave me alone. I went downstairs and did my best to make a chocolate cake, his favorite. Before he took the first bite, he said, "Aren't you going to sing me happy birthday?" I gave him a quick rendition, and he was annoyed at my lack of effort. He took a bite of the cake, grimaced, and spit it out. He barked, "Nowhere near enough sugar. Here, why don't you try it?" He grabbed a huge chunk of cake with his hand, grabbed the back of my head, and slapped the cake across my face. I tried to run, but he tripped me. I hit my nose into the hardwood floor, busting it. He lifted me up and shoved my whole face into the cake and laughed hysterically. Something was different this time. He had a genuinely murderous gaze in his eyes, and he took out a wallet that I recognized. "Oh no, that's all my savings. All 11,000. He said, "You aren't leaving me just yet." He turned on the stove and tossed all the cash onto it. I tried to stop it from burning, but he held me back. I watched all my hard-earned money burn to a crisp. Then he grabbed a knife and said, "I think it'll be quite fitting that on the day of my birth, it'll be the day of your death." He brushed the blade against my cheek and drew a little blood. I've never felt as scared as I did at that moment. I closed my eyes and just prayed. That's all I could think to do, since nothing I ever said helped to get him to stop. Then the front door swung open, and I saw my neighbor, Tom. He had known about how bad it had gotten for over 5 years and warned him a month ago that if he laid a hand on me again, there would be hell to pay. Tom was an ex-Marine and a man of his word. When he saw the blade against my throat, he unholstered a weapon. I closed my eyes, heard loud popping sounds. Then I heard a heavy thud at my feet. I slowly opened my eyes and saw my father's cold, dead eyes looking up at me. I hugged onto Tom for a long time after that. Tom took care of everything and made sure there was no police involvement. I agreed that it was better that way. Some things in life you just need to handle on your own. Tom and I decided to take a road trip, and we've been inseparable, best friends ever since.